Good morning and welcome to my hobby bench, and this video is an initial inspection for a customer's engine and probably maybe most if not all of the disassembly of this engine. So Jim, this is your engine. I received it yesterday. This is an OS 160FX that Jim had sent to me in a rather large box. I never knew that they came in such a big box. I've had one other 160FX just recently that I was sent to just run, and it was an incredible engine. The FX series of engines is one of my favorite two-stroke series of engines from OS, and the 160 I just ran was just a phenomenal engine. So Jim had sent this to me to have bearings done and have a ring replaced on it, but quite honestly, he said there's a lot of time on this engine. And I believe him, I suppose, but it doesn't look like it. I mean, externally, this engine is in great looking shape. I mean, sure, there's a little bit of exhaust residue, and you can see here it came with a Bisson muffler. And the thing I'm finding odd about this Bisson muffler is that one of these outlets is pinched off. Now, Bisson designs very, very good exhausts. Very good exhausts, and they actually have engineers that design them. So I've never ever seen this necessary on a Bisson engine for any reason whatsoever. So I'm not sure why that's pinched off. I hope the engine still will run fine and breathe properly like that. The only pit style mufflers that I've ever seen that absolutely positively had to have one outlet pinched off or closed was those old J-Tech or Tatone ones, the cheap ones, because they were not designed properly and they allowed too much exhaust. They didn't pressurize the system properly. So those had to be pinched off, but these Bisson ones are high quality exhaust, so I'm not sure why that is like that, but we will do the best we can with that. But this engine is just, it looks like it's in really good shape, and as you can see there's already a gap starting here. So this is it's got a Woodruff key in there, but it wasn't just able to be pulled off. So I kind of started to see if I was going to be able to pull it off with my bearing pullers, and it looks like I will, even though I can't tighten my bearing puller on this because of the angle here is just such that the puller just wants to slide right off of it. So I have to really hold it tight with my hand and do that, and that's what we have to do here. So I'm going to just start disassembling this engine. I'm going to start by just pulling the plug. Oh. That was pretty tight. Start by pulling this plug off. Like I said, the engine turns over fine, has fantastic compression, and this is running an OSF plug, which I don't understand that at all either. I don't ever run OSF plugs or four-stroke plugs on two-stroke engines, and I don't believe I did on the last 40FX I ran either. So the other thing I was noticing that was kind of curious about this, here's our remote high-speed needle. I'll just move these things out of the way, is that for the size of this engine, OS chose to go with rather small socket head screws. Very small heads, which is just curious to me, because I've seen much larger fasteners on smaller engines. So I'm not sure I understand. And the thing is, these heads are not all that deep either. So they're kind of difficult to get on. Let's see here. There we go. Yeah, there's some carbon buildup on that. Here's the bottom of this head. Let me just drop these screws out. I've got the ultrasonic set up already. I just need to check here real quick and see if there's a shim here that I'm gonna potentially lose in the ultrasonic cleaner that I'll need to look for. I'm not seeing anything lifting up here. I don't see anything on the sleeve. I guess if there's a shim, it'll come off in the cleaner. Go ahead and take this adapter off here. But as you can see, quite a lot of carbon buildup on there, but it should come clean quite easily. Let's get our exhaust or carb off here. That's not the right size. That one feels good. Now I have not heated this engine up at all. Wow, that thing's just... These engines are just awesome. There's that little tiny O-ring. I'll lose that. Let's get this off. Get this drive hub off. Let's see if we can get this rear cover and sleeve out. I know I'm going to have to heat the sleeve up. In fact, I don't know if I want to do this yet. I think I can go ahead and take that off. Maybe I may have to put a prop on here to get that sleeve out. Let's see if I've got a popsicle stick here. Yeah, here's my trusty popsicle stick thing here to stick in here. And this is where, oh, whoa, look at that. That sleeve's popping right out. And we've got a pin. Is this a pin sleeve? Looks like there's a pin notch here and there's a pin at the back. Okay. Well, that was quite uneventful. I like uneventful. Well, let's see if we can get this, finish getting this drive hub off of here. Okay, there we go, I got that off. Let's make sure we don't lose our woodruff key. Woodruff key, drive hub, thrust washer. Okay, so that's ready. Now all we gotta do is get our rear cover off. And drop this piston out and then she'll be ready to clean up. I mean, I think the compression feels good. But Jim, if you want a ring put on here, I don't have an issue replacing a ring on this engine. Especially since I've already got one on order since you said you wanted a ring. I just have to check and see if there's a gasket on this rear cover that is necessary to be replaced. Oh yeah, O-ring seal. That's good. I don't know what you consider high time, but this doesn't look super high time to me. Looks like a beautiful engine. Now I have to get my magnifier out to see. I mean, the piston came out like this. I haven't rotated this ring. I don't want to rotate it. I just want to make sure I can see that locating pin on the piston. So these bearings actually don't feel all that bad either, but we can pop them out real quick too. Okay, so I just said that I was gonna pop these bearings out, but I'm not going to pop these bearings out right now because of the fact that I've got a set of Boca bearings on order here, and this engine is going to be featured in a bearing removal and installation video, so I'm not going to actually be continuing any further with this engine until those bearings come in place and I'm prepared to shoot a video on removing these bearings and replacing them. So that's as far as we're going to go with this disassembly and inspection video at this time.